So thank you for that. Let's move on. The government has sought a nod from the parliament for additional 58,000 crores spent on food, fertiliser, LPG subsidies this fiscal. Sapna joins in with the details. Sapna.
So, basically this 58,000 crores is primarily revenue expenditure, around 54,000 crores worth of revenue expenditure additional, and remaining 4 to 4,500 crores for capex. But speaking of the revenue expenditure, as you rightly pointed out, primarily food, fertilizer and LPG subsidies is what the government is looking at. Also some additionality for the defense services. So all put together, that's a neat sum of around 30 to 40 odd thousand crores additional in the big buckets. There are also a lot of small additionalities across the ministries and departments. On a gross basis, the approval that has been sought is for 1.29 lakh crore worth of additional expenditure for FY24. But the remaining part, apart from the 58,000 crores, whatever is remaining, that is going to be met by a higher savings or possibly receipts and even recoveries from ministries, and that's a routine and standard procedure. Just coming back very quickly on the food and the fertilizer front. So basically for the fertilizer, it's the non-urea subsidy that goes up, around 13,000 crores. So you will be looking at a total sum of around 1.88 lakh crores for fertilizer subsidy in the current year as of now. Similarly for food, a very minimal amount has been sought, around 7,000 crores, and on expected lines because the PMGKY had ended December, though the budget was up till March, but there is some margin that the government is factoring in. So you will be looking at a total tab of around 2.04 lakh odd crore for this financial year as far as food subsidy is concerned. LPG also, there have been a series of announcements. So some additionality on the cooking gas was already there. Some of the cabinet approvals are already in place. So basically, the government is trying to regularize the additional expenditure through the supplementary route, and you have the numbers in front of you. But the important point also is this, that revenues so far have been very buoyant. If you have heard what the chief economic advisor explained on the day the GDP numbers came out, he said the tax buoyancy is now close to 2%. It's around 2. It's more than double of what the government has taken in the budget. However, the fact also remains that additional expenditure, it's an election year, so additional expenditure is not ruled out. So 58,000 crores is what they are starting off with. We'll have to wait and watch and see what kind of announcements come through in the next one odd month.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Sapna. Well, and getting back to the markets then, we're trying to move to the high point of the day, but it's being met with some selling. And that's the reason why we're back, not able to cross